Humans have roamed the earth for about 300,000 years, developing language, culture, and amazing flexibility in some ways. Yet, there's a major issue that pops up again and again. Most of us find it really hard to change our minds. This book that I'm going to be talking about is my book, and it centers on this puzzle. Why do humans so fiercely cling to beliefs, sometimes even when new evidence says we should change? Is this a flaw, a mistake of evolution, or does it serve some hidden purpose? The opening chapters lay out the evolutionary context that shaped our brains. Long ago, survival depended not just on skill, but on social bonds. If you were kicked out of your tribe, you were in serious trouble. Fitting in was not just nice, it was life or death. In these small groups, predictability and reliability were key. Someone who constantly changed their mind seemed untrustworthy. So humans evolved a kind of double-edged brain, flexible for new skills, rigid when it comes to core beliefs, especially those tied to group identity. This tension, adapt quickly to new circumstances, but don't upset the group by changing your stance too often, set the stage for the stubbornness we see today. From birth, we absorb beliefs from family, friends, and society. These aren't just facts, they shape our sense of self. When someone challenges a dearly held belief, it feels like they're challenging us personally. The brain responds with defensiveness, not rational evaluation. Brains are great at spotting patterns, a survival skill, but this can go wrong. We start seeing connections that aren't there, and once we adopt a belief, we search for evidence that confirms it. Confirmation bias keeps us locked into our own worldview. Humans evolved to crave certainty. Changing a belief threatens not just the story we tell ourselves, but also our feeling of safety and control. Most people instinctively prefer comfortable certainty over uncomfortable truth. When we realize something contradicts our self-image or beliefs, we feel dissonance, mental discomfort. The brain wants to resolve this fast, usually by dismissing new info, not by updating our beliefs. Admitting we're wrong is emotionally tough because beliefs are tightly woven with our sense of identity. Challenges to beliefs activate the amygdala, the part of the brain that manages threats, so changing your mind about something important can feel as dangerous as meeting a predator. Stress hormones kick in, rational thinking drops, and the instinct to defend our beliefs dominates. Trying to argue someone out of a belief can backfire. It often makes people double down rather than reconsider. This is especially strong around identity-linked beliefs like politics or religion. Every time we rehearse a belief, the neural connection supporting it gets stronger. Changing beliefs literally requires building new brain trails, which takes effort and feels unnatural at first. People almost prefer the mental comfort of knowing something, even if it's wrong, over the anxiety of doubt. This means changing beliefs isn't just a logical problem, it's an emotional challenge. When beliefs are core to identity, the brain treats threats to those beliefs as threats to yourself. Defensive and biased thinking ramps up. Arguments about politics don't often change minds. They reinforce divisions. This is because political identity taps into the same brain networks as personal safety. Motivated reasoning leads us to find reasons why our side is right, even when presented with strong counter evidence. Major breakthroughs, think Galileo, Darwin, climate change, often face fierce opposition. Resistance comes not just from ignorance, but from emotional and social investment in the old beliefs. A new idea may only take root across generations, as younger people absorb it before entrenched older ones retire or pass away. Personal stubbornness plays out painfully in marriages, families, and friendships. Many arguments about money, parenting, etc. never resolve because both sides are defending deep values shared by personal experience. Real change requires empathy and a willingness to enter the other's worldview, not just winning with facts. People resist new information about vaccines, diets, or health, not because they're irrational, but because these choices are wrapped up in identity, distrust of authority, and deeper values. Fixed beliefs serve as communal glue, imagine a tribe where everyone constantly shifts their position, even on hunting or leadership. That unpredictability would undermine trust and cooperation. Evolution rewarded consistently. You're trusted if you're steady. Quick decisions, based on established beliefs, helped ancient humans survive sudden threats. There wasn't time to debate every berry or rustle in the bushes. In the modern world, though, hasty rigidity leaves us stuck with outdated ideas. Consistency signals that you're committed to the group. Flipping your beliefs damages your reputation. Loyalty, both in tribes and modern life, depends on reliably holding to shared views. In uncertain environments, you want people whose beliefs don't swing around. This builds trust and makes communities resilient. But today, ultra-rigidity can be a problem. Changing your mind isn't just about trying hard. You need a safe environment, social support, and meaningful motivation. Force doesn't work, conditions do. Gentle, respectful presentation. When new information is presented respectfully and acknowledges your current perspective, defenses drop and real consideration can begin. Reflection practices. Journaling, meditation, Socratic dialogue, and steel manning, making your opponent's argument as strong as possible, are powerful ways to recognize bias and gently encourage open-minded thinking. Exposure to diversity. Actively seeking diverse, quality information and building relationships across divides helps loosen entrenched beliefs. The most powerful thing you can do, openly say, "I was wrong." It's tough, but each time you do, you learn that being mistaken doesn't mean disaster. Life goes on, people respect you, and the discomfort is temporary. Social media algorithms and online communities reinforce what we already believe, making it harder to change our minds. Technology pushes us toward deeper entrenchment and polarization. AI models learn like humans, by reinforcement. Once trained on patterns, it's hard to retrain them, just like humans with beliefs. This parallel deepens our understanding of why changing minds is hard, but it also signals hope. With intent, both humans and AI can change. Schools need to teach metacognition, thinking about our own thinking, so students understand bias, appreciate questions, and accept uncertainty. Intellectual humility, being willing to admit you're wrong and learning from it, is more important than just memorizing facts. Policy can support cognitive flexibility by changing technology and media incentives, for example, rewarding nuance and bridge building rather than polarization. Systemic efforts in schools, workplaces, and laws can help societies encourage openness and genuine dialogue. Studies show that changing political beliefs almost always triggers the amygdala, the threat center in the brain. Only a minority can process contradictory evidence without going into defensive mode. Changing political minds requires managing emotions, not just giving facts. When a cult predicted the end of the world, and it didn't happen, most members didn't abandon their belief. They doubled down. Only those with social support outside the cult left. The lesson: changing minds isn't about evidence, it's about the social and psychological cost. Mindset shifts in science usually happen across generations, not within them. Individual scientists rarely change. New paradigms take root as younger people adopt them. Even ethical and moral beliefs can change, especially with personal contact and empathy, such as meeting someone affected personally by an issue. While resistance to change is deeply rooted, humans can learn and adapt. Societies have evolved on big issues: slavery, gender, and equality. Over time, showing change is possible. Here are some practical steps for individuals. Be genuinely curious about different perspectives. Ask what experiences would make another worldview make sense. Cultivate reflection practices, meditation, journaling, and honest conversations with open-minded friends. Seek information from respected sources with different viewpoints. Build relationships across divides, and practice admitting error and learning from it. Changing the way we think about belief, change, isn't just about personal growth. It's essential for solving complex collective challenges in health, politics, science, and more. We need compassion for ourselves and others as we try to move beyond entrenched patterns. Humans are wired for stubbornness, and it served an evolutionary purpose. But with self-awareness, good conditions, and right practices, we can unlock our potential for learning and growth. That's how individuals and societies move forward, by understanding our cognitive flaws, working through them thoughtfully, and genuinely striving for change and adaptation. This entire video is a summary of my online book. I am still in the process of formatting things, and once that is done, I will release it in the description for free. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.